Imagine a world where every challenge, every setback, and every struggle was seen not as an obstacle, but as fuel for growth. For the Stoics, suffering wasn't something to avoid or escape. It was essential. Stoic philosophy doesn't offer an easy path or quick fixes. Instead, it asks us to confront pain, to see hardship not as punishment, but as the ultimate teacher. Today, we'll explore why the Stoics embraced suffering, how they found strength in adversity, and why, for them, struggle was the path to personal transformation. The Stoic view on suffering: pain is the price of progress. Most people today see suffering as something to be avoided at all costs. We're conditioned to chase happiness, to avoid discomfort, and to find ways to eliminate pain. But the Stoics had an entirely different perspective. They believed that real growth doesn't come from avoiding hardship, but from meeting it head-on. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most respected Stoic philosophers, once said, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." To the Stoics, hardships are life's way of testing us, revealing our character and showing us what we're truly made of. They teach us resilience, patience, and humility, qualities that only develop when we're stretched to our limits. Why avoiding suffering stunts growth? Imagine if every time you faced discomfort, you turned away, or if every time you faced a setback, you gave up. The result: a life that may feel comfortable, but is devoid of depth, strength, or resilience. The Stoics argued that avoiding suffering leads to a shallow existence. When we sidestep pain, we deny ourselves the chance to develop true resilience. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, faced unimaginable challenges as he led the Roman Empire through plagues, wars, and personal losses. But instead of retreating, he saw these struggles as opportunities to strengthen his character. To Marcus, pain was a necessary part of his growth as a leader. Every hardship he endured brought him closer to a state of inner strength and wisdom. Avoiding suffering, he believed, was like denying oneself the chance to grow. How embracing pain builds resilience. One of the core principles in Stoicism is Amor Fati, or love of fate. This concept means embracing everything that happens to us, both good and bad, as essential parts of our journey. In other words, the Stoics didn't just tolerate pain, they embraced it. They believed that by accepting suffering as a natural part of life, we build an inner resilience that nothing can shake. Think of resilience as a muscle. Just like our physical muscles grow stronger with resistance, our mental and emotional strength grows through the resistance of hardship. By embracing discomfort, we develop a kind of psychological armor. Each struggle, each moment of pain, strengthens us, making us more capable of facing whatever life throws our way, transforming pain into purpose. The Stoics didn't just endure suffering, they transformed it into something meaningful. They believed that even in the most difficult situations, we have the power to choose our response. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and philosopher, echoed this Stoic mindset when he said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Frankl's experiences reflect a Stoic understanding that we may not control what happens to us, but we can always control how we interpret it and how we respond. The Stoics saw suffering as an opportunity for self-reflection and transformation. Instead of asking why me, they asked, what can I learn from this? For them, every hardship contained a hidden lesson, an opportunity to strengthen their character and clarify their values. Through suffering, they found purpose, not in the pain itself, but in the growth it inspired. The path to virtue. Why suffering leads to wisdom. According to Stoicism, the ultimate goal isn't happiness in the conventional sense. It's eudaimonia, a Greek word often translated as flourishing or living in alignment with one's true self. And for the Stoics, the path to eudaimonia isn't smooth. It's paved with challenges that test us, shape us, and ultimately lead us to a life of virtue. For the Stoics, suffering was essential because it forced them to cultivate virtues like courage, patience, and wisdom. Seneca, another influential Stoic philosopher, believed that hardships teach us to live with a higher purpose. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body, he wrote. In other words, suffering is the process through which we refine our character. Without it, virtues remain abstract concepts rather than lived realities. The strength of endurance, overcoming the fear of suffering. Many people fear suffering because it's uncomfortable, unpredictable, and often painful. But Stoicism offers a new perspective. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, a form of mental preparation where they would visualize the worst possible scenarios, not to dwell in fear, but to build strength and resilience. By confronting their fears head-on, the Stoics found that suffering wasn't something to be feared. When you mentally prepare for life's challenges, you become less vulnerable to the surprise of hardship. Epictetus taught that while we can't control external events, we can control how we respond to them. In a way, this practice of anticipating suffering diminishes its power over us, making us stronger and less fearful in the face of adversity. Suffering as a pathway to true fulfillment. In a world that emphasizes the pursuit of happiness and pleasure, The Stoic approach offers a refreshingly different perspective, that the path to true fulfillment often involves hardship. The Stoics believed that a life without struggle is a life without growth. They saw suffering as the crucible that refines us, the force that transforms us from who we are into who we're meant to be. So, next time you face a challenge, consider looking at it through a Stoic lens. Instead of asking, how can I avoid this pain? Try asking, what is this experience here to teach me? Embrace the discomfort, endure the hardship, and know that every moment of struggle is a step on the path to personal growth and inner strength. Thank you for joining us in exploring the Stoic philosophy of suffering and growth. If you're interested in more Stoic insights that can help you build resilience, purpose, and peace, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.